George V's most expensive British postage stamps. The 1912 8-pence stamp is part of a series issued by the United Kingdom on kings. You will see pictured the bust of George V, ruler for 26 years. From 1910 to 1936. He was the promoter and creator of the Royal Philately collection. George V. He also held the title of Emperor of India. In 1911, in fact, made a trip to India, former British colony, where he definitively decreed the move of the Indian capital from Calcutta to Delhi. Above her bust, you will be able to see the royal crown. On the side, the nominal value of the piece reported as number 8 pence. Down, the value reported in letters, black and yellow stamp, issued in a few thousand pieces. Today it is worth $15. The 1.5 pence stamp of 1925. It was issued on the occasion of the Colonial Exhibition of the entire British Empire, which was held in London from November 1924 to October 1925. The exposition was made to stimulate trade and strengthen the ties between the mother country and all its colonies around the world. To the right, you will be able to see the face of King George V, accompanied by the inscription commemorating the event. A little further down, a lion that symbolizes strength and unity. In fact, the British Empire comprised 58 countries, and the event cost £12 million at the time, which attracted over 27 million visitors. The British Post, for the first time in its history, issued special stamps commemorating this event, including one is this penny-and-a-half postage stamp issued in thousands of pieces. Today it is worth $20. The 1.5 pence stamp of 1912 was issued in the early years that King George V ascended the throne. In this piece, you will be able to see him in profile facing left. It is part of the second series, printed 1 year after the first issue. Unlike the first series, the beard of the king, it is well designed and defined. Under the face, the shading lines depict sea creatures. Up, next to the royal crown, the nominal value reported as a number 1.5 pence. Today this stamp is worth $30. The 1.5 pence stamp of 1929 was issued at the Postal Union Congress, done on May 10, 1929, an event that repeats itself every 4 years, and which brought together the major authorities of the organization, also known as UPU. It is a United Nations organization, which coordinates the postal policies of the member countries, and of the entire postal system in the world. On the center, you will be able to see the face of King George V, above the royal crown. Next to the face, the nominal value of the piece, 1.5 pence. Down, the event gathered in London in 1929. 24 mm high stamp, 21 mm wide. Today it is worth $40. The 1912 1-penny stamp. It is part of the second series issued with this color and type of philately. You will be able to see the face of King George V, facing left. Down, the lion's body is heavily shaded. George V, as well as having been a great lover of philately, is remembered by history also for yielding to Ireland its independence as an Irish Free State, and no longer under the rule of the United Kingdom. Top on the sides, you will be able to see the writing postage paid. Down, the nominal value reported in letters, 1 pence. 24 mm high stamp, 21 mm wide. Valid in the philatelic market. Up to $80. The 1913 £1 stamp. It is part of a 4-piece series, representing the same image. To the right, the goddess of freedom holding a pitchfork, and in another hand a shield, with the typical stripes of the flag of the United Kingdom. Under, some horses, running, and ready to fight, as a sign of power. To the left, the face of King George V. In 1913, he had only recently ascended the throne. An anecdote that links him in particular to the date of issue of this stamp. It was when he went to Nepal, during his imperial visit, to hunt, and killed nearly 100 pheasants in just 6 hours. Hunting enthusiast. This exaggeration of him remained in history. Down. You will be able to see the face value of the piece. £1. Green stamp. Today it is worth up to $1,000. The 1929 £1 stamp. It is part of the Postal series, issued at the 9th International Congress of the Universal Postal Union, held in London. Event that meets every 4 years. You will see on this piece St. George slaying a dragon, which symbolizes evil, military, and martyr of the end of the 200 after Christ. Became a legend of Christian religion. He joined the army of the Roman Emperor Diocletian, making a career and becoming one of the emperor's militia officers. Diocletian, gone down in history for carrying out a great persecution of extermination against Christians. St. George. He gave all his possessions to the poor, confessing that he was a Christian. His confession cost him his life. To the left, you will be able to see the face of King George V. Above the royal crown. All top, the inscription that commemorate the event. Postal Union Congress. Followed by the year 1929. Bottom right. The value returned to number. £1 of the British pound. Stamp issued in 61,000 copies. It is 46 mm high, 39 mm wide, and is worth $1,000 in the philately market.